Hi, it's Missy Kiss to Maker here with Pampered Chef, and I've been trying to teach a couple of things that will save you a lot of money in your kitchen, especially at the grocery store. And so one of the things that I do a couple of things I'm going to show you today. One is using the Deluxe cooking blender, and it is a cooking blender, so you can put raw vegetables in it and make soup for a fraction of the cost of what you would usually do if you bought it already made. Like we do sweet potato soup, butternut squash soup, you can do tomato basil soup, things like that. It takes 35 minutes. You put in your fresh ingredients and it makes soup, like boiling hot soup, in about 35 minutes, which is great. And like for the tomatoes, you can put in your tomatoes whole and it completely emulsifies the seed and the skin. So you can get that extra fiber without getting extra seeds and pieces, in there. So there's certain people's diets that you can't have those things. You can actually, it even emulsifies blackberry seeds and strawberry seeds in it. So that's one thing you can do in it. And that's using the heating cycle, but you can also make oat milk, almond milk, macadamia nut milk, whatever kind of milk you want to make, alternate milks. Now, our family, 4 out of the 5 of us are lactose intolerant. So I have spent a fortune on alternative milks for years. And then we came out with this blender a few years ago, and I can make it for pennies compared to what I get it in the store. I prefer oat milk because I usually have oats on hand in my kitchen. They're inexpensive and it's super easy, super, super simple. You start with a half a cup of oats and some water, about a cup of water, and you let them sit for 30 minutes. Just set the timer, 30 minutes. It goes off. You go in, you add more water, you have a pinch of salt, and you add your soaked oats to the mixture. And in 12 minutes, you have oat milk. There is a straining bag that comes with it. So you pour it through the straining bag to get any excess pulp out. It's only like a quarter of a cup. It's not a whole lot. And then, ta-da, you have oat milk. I made this yesterday morning. It makes about a quart, a little bit more than a quart of oat milk. And it is not homogenized. So when it gets out of the blender, it's all nice and blended. But when it sits overnight, you have to mix it up. So that's why I keep it in the 2-quart quick stir pitcher, because all you have to do is pump this. I'll hold it here so you can see. You pump this and the piece on the bottom goes up and down. It mixes your milk. You're ready to put it over cereal, put it in a recipe, and make a smoothie with it, put it in coffee, whatever you're gonna do. And then people ask me how long this lasts because it doesn't have any preservatives or additives or anything. And honestly, we go through about a quart of milk pretty quickly. It's not that hard to go through a quart, and then you just make some more. It takes 12 minutes in the blender. So that's pretty simple. So that's one thing I was going to show you. The other thing I'm going to tell you about is making yogurt. Now, before you think I'm like this, backwoods kind of person who's constantly making everything from scratch, and I am just like Martha Stewart and I'm doing all this stuff. No, I don't normally do all that unless it's easy, unless it's quick, unless it's simple. I don't do it. And we can eat lactose intolerant people. Some can have yogurts, and we are some of those people. And so I use Greek yogurt, mainly because it has more protein in it, and I can use it in place of sour cream. I can use it in baking, like you would use sour cream in baking. And we go through it. We top potatoes with it. We top tacos and Mexican food with it. You can make tzatziki sauce with this. There's a lot that you can do with Greek yogurt. Now, you can't see, but I have 2 quarts of Greek yogurt here, okay? This is the 2-quart glass container, and I made this yesterday. The first part of it is a little bit time consuming, but not hard. You start this in the Deluxe cooking blender, and you heat your milk for about 20-25 minutes. And then that kind of gets the lactose out of your milk, and just the process of heating it does. And then you let it sit to get to room temperature, or really not room temperature. It has to get to like 105, 115 degrees. Mine got to 112 degrees yesterday in an hour. So I then mix you have to start with yogurt. It's a bacteria thing. You have to start with a starter. And so I put about 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt in with a little bit of the warm milk and mixed it in. And I kept mixing it in until all of the yogurt, it was like I think 1/2 cup, was incorporated in there. And then I put it on yogurt. The Deluxe cooking blender has a yogurt setting. I set it to yogurt, and I set it, you can set it for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. I usually split the difference and do 10. And so you just leave it, let it do its magic all day long. And then last night when I finished, I had 2 quarts of Greek yogurt. Now you have to, your only ingredients, your starter ingredients is 1/2 cup of yogurt. If you want regular yogurt, you start with regular yogurt. If you want Greek yogurt, you start with Greek yogurt. And then you have 1/2 cup of that and a 1/2 gallon of milk. And you can do 2% milk is usually going to give you a better consistency with your yogurt, but you can get by with 1% milk and it does just fine. When you finished with this, you can also get the whey off of it. You can put it through a cheesecloth and get the whey off of it and save that. You can actually start your next batch of Greek yogurt with the whey, or if you want softer, less firm yogurt, you can use the whey and just mix it in with your yogurt. And then you can turn around and just start with 1/2 cup of the last yogurt you made. And then you're not having to buy yogurt over and over again. Compare the cost of a 1/2 gallon of milk to the cost of a tub of Greek yogurt. And then keep in mind, you're going to end up with 2 quarts of yogurt in the end. Huge price difference. And yeah, you have to have a day where you have in the morning or in the evening before you go to bed, you have to, have about 1.5 hours of prep time. But then after that, you could sleep, you can go to work, you could do whatever you wanted to do, and you'll end up with 2 quarts of yogurt at the end of the day. So if you eat yogurt like we do, then this is a really good option for you. So this is just another way to save some money with 2 dairy products that can cost a lot of money, but they don't have to. So anyway, hope this helps and hope you have a great day. Bye for now.